So here we are in the winners bracket round 2. We're watching Try with khemri and KFoged with Chaos. A matchup we dreamed about because it's going to be really interesting to see how Mr. Clawpaw Minotaur does against 4 Tomb Guardians. Where's my switch view button? It's right there.
Chaos going for rule of 5, but putting 3 Chaos Warriors on the LOS. Pretty bold. AV8 is pretty vulnerable, especially when you'll be getting 3 dice in this matchup, so I can understand it.
Yeah, it's not a bad move. 3 guys with guard and block on the line of scrimmage means well, you're still going to hit them with Tomb Guardians, but at least you're not hitting defenseless beastmen with 3 dice blocks. And KFoged only has 11 players, so he won't want to take removals early if he can help it. And he's got 2 rerolls and an Apo. Trybot the fans, but he does not have an apothecary because khemri.
Try does have fame, so he'll be looking forward to any kickoff events. He should be favored in them.
That's a nice kickoff from the Minotaur. Whoop, get the ref. Hey, there it is. That's not the game when they needed it. That's going to be probably favorable to the khemri. With 14 men plus a dirty player, he's going to want to do all the fouling he can, and now he can do it with relative impunity.
Yeah, I mean, that Chaos Warrior already looking... It's a bit far out to get fouled, but yeah. Together with the potential to start the turnout with a gang foul on a Chaos Warrior. 51st dirty player for another turn.
4, 5 foul, yeah. So you'll have to follow this block to get this guy out of the way and then fill in a bunch of people here. One concern is the ball is actually pretty far forward. So you need to commit at least somebody to kind of protecting it a little bit, maybe.
He's done that. He's done a little bit to protect it.
Oh, yeah, I think he's done enough, probably. If you leave one skeleton out this way, that's fine.
Yeah, that follow tells me a Chaos Warrior is about to get stood on.
Yeah.
By,
well, maybe you go for this one because that's where all the assists are.
Yeah.
You'll want to protect the Palm Blitzra as well. He'll be, I don't know, maybe even helping to cover the ball, but definitely somewhere in the backfield. Oh no, or he's just going to blitz with him and then try to pull him back a little.
We are piling on with them. Yep. No hesitation with the bribe.
This I don't know. Maybe it seemed legit funny. Maybe it was to pile on salt. But in any case, the guy's the same. It's a joke. It is pretty ballsy to pile on like that. Surrounded almost by your opponent's team, and they do have a bribe.
Player instantly gets an armor break.
Well, it took him every single assist just to get that Chaos Warrior. Only stunned, so not too bad yet.
Looks like a Palmer is about to get fouled too.
Yeah. Oh, of course he is.
Going to be in this game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we knew that was coming immediately. And he's just gonna do it right away. I mean, what else is there? And the way things are lined up, he's probably getting fouled again next turn. It's a fight like this. It's probably a little favorable to the defense because the offense has to commit some players to protecting the ball, and the defense can just leave half their team surrounding the guy they want to foul and just keep fouling him until it works.
On the unprotected basement, of course, and then probably runs back, and we stand up and moves the throw rod to a bit more safety. Oh, there you go.
Do you Apo that? It's only badly hurt. He did not.
It was an automatic return, but I think he values. He's got so many more skilled players that are going to be more impactful for winning. Fouling
Right.
all the time, especially since he's going to be fouling these skilled players, it makes sense to not want
Right.
to burn it even for a guaranteed return on an unskilled.
And it's not a guaranteed return until after the drive ends, so he could be
Drive.
out for 6 or 7 turns anyway. He tries making some movements forward, though. And he's exposed his tackle Mighty Blow guy. As he just swing all his players kind of to the left. I guess maybe just do another foul here, first of all. Let me just take turns trading fouls.
Now.
Well, he's lost his bribe, but I don't think that'll concern him too much. And that he won't.
Bribe did succeed, so he still has a dirty player for a couple more turns, probably.
He won't stop fouling. No. He's still got blocks to take and Tomb Gardens to move and 2 seconds to do it all in. I would think somebody maybe behind the ball. No, everybody's going forward. He's got this 2 dice.
Beating that one.
Yeah.
Could have maybe re-rolled that, but just to keep the Tomb Garden standing up and not allow the back.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
No, you could base the ball, but you can't quite blitz him. Just right away, just foul. Why not? That's bribes for you.
I think this is the turn we see a Minotaur Blitz. Yeah.
It's a lot of dice on a valuable player. Oh, yeah.
Time removal for KFoged there.
Why did... there. My view got switched around. But, every turn should be a Minotaur Blitz turn. If you're going to have a Minotaur, and you're going to give him Claw and Piling On, blitz with that bastard every single turn.
And you don't pile on the KO, even though obviously the rules you should always pile on, though you shouldn't. But
yeah, I don't mind not piling on there.
That's fine.
I mean,
especially on a region team that's piling on a KO is really worthless because they're just going to stand back up anyway.
Yeah.
Block skill does a thing. Really good turn for the Chaos there. 2 stuns. Pretty safe. Ball's a little hard to keep safe.
One blitzer is removed. The other one is still stuck on the ground, where he has been for pretty much the whole game. Piled on turn 1, and he's gotten fouled just about every turn since. I mean, sure, it's only 3.
This is not our last game. This has been great.
It's great if you like people getting hurt. There's another one you could consider Apoing that.
He's a 75% chance to come back.
Yeah,
this
but
game is looking pretty...
You hate to lose a Chaos Warrior for at least a whole half.
This is just a game where it's looking already like it's going to be a little bit of 2 people just beating the hell out of each other. So you'll
have plenty. Right, you'll have plenty more opportunities coming forward. It's just in a game like this, every removal, every KO, I immediately think, ooh, should you Apo that? Because you do have one, and it's res. So that's really all you've got the Apo for. Is tactical, but finding the right time to use it is not easy. Sometimes it's easy, but sometimes it's not. All right, we'll just swing backwards. He's got a couple of free skeletons that can come back to help protect.
He still has his blitz, so he could blitz the wrestle tackle there. And
good. He's got to find something, and before he runs out of time here.
Ooh.
Dirty player blitz on double zeros. Well, at least he's pushed just about everybody out of contact. He's still going to get wrecked here on this throw raw. Minotaur doesn't have to blitz this time. He can just hit a throw raw.
And Try has lost a Blitz Raw, but he still has all his Tomb Guardians, which, considering the loss of Chaos Warriors, is pretty big.
Right. Chaos.
Not nearly as noble as he once was, but still okay.
Chaos is 2 players down, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or did I count that wrong? Yeah, 2 players
There are
down.
likely to be a player, at least one player down for the rest of the game with all of Try's spare players. Even with even with 1 or 2 ref send-offs.
Yeah, this is what I was saying earlier about KFoged's Chaos team being a little brittle. They can't hold up to removals. And Try's team is one that's designed to remove guys. This poor Blitzraw is taking a lot of fouls. That's 3 now, and he's holding up. Just stun,
Is this
stun,
guy
and
laying
stun.
down? Does he lay down?
I think you gotta try it. Oh nope.
Oh,
You always pile on.
it's not. All right, so we've got a Blitz because we've got this Blitz coming onto the Tomb Guardian with more Claw Mighty Blow. Just gets pushes. Not ideal because that means that our friendly neighborhood Minotaur is probably about to get powed.
Yeah, well, you stand the guy up and you
No.
just have 2 dice on him. It's hard to greed reroll anything. KFoged's team build also means he only has 2 rerolls. Oh, there goes one of the tries. But that's what you have him for. Oh, man. Okay, so now we know where the Apo's going. Miss next game. Do you risk the 50-50? You think you have to. And it did not work, so there's no more Minotaur for the rest of the game. No Apo. Currently 7 Chaos players on the field. At most, he will have 9 for the rest of the game. That's a huge
Pretty
one.
big that Try didn't even have to use an Apo on that, or use a foul on that too. So he's gonna stay in the game.
Right. Well, he won't get.
He protect the ball this turn now too.
Yeah. He may not get foul this turn. Just because there won't be anybody to foul. Yeah, leave him in contact. Yeah, so far, so good for Try. He doesn't have a bribe anymore, but KFoged still does. But other than that, he's got to like how things have gone. He's taking care of the Minotaur, so that's KFoged's number 1 weapon removed from the game and not coming back.
And Try is getting very aggressive with his basing because he has up so much strength now with 2 Chaos Warriors down and the Minotaur gone. There's very little KFoged can really do to try and muscle his way back into this game.
No. It may just be
Still
the
has
first
Claw
half
Mighty.
is.
Still
Yeah,
has
first
Claw
half
Mighty
is.
Blow, but it's not going to be doing the same thing.
First half is pretty much lost. I guess all you can do is just keep fouling this guy and hope for the best. And that's all he's doing. You start dodging some of these guys backwards.
I mean, maybe.
It's a pretty sad state that KFoged has found himself in.
So obviously, Try is out. Try doesn't have a bribe, but Try with the dirty player and the spares is still going to see down players as foul targets.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So just getting to the fight is not necessarily the best. Tricky because you want to stay in the fight because it might protect your players more than just dodging away and leaving them isolated to get fouled. But
right, but all you can do is occasionally one dice a guy. And he knocked over Tomb Guardian, but it cost him a reroll on the second try.
Oh. Get himself maybe another 1 die by running around here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's giving up some hits.
My God, the Blitz Raw with piling on is finally back in the game.
And he can actually blitz a man and pile on him. You just need an assist over here, and you just blitz that guy. Of course, we've got Chaos Warriors to POW first.
Now I guess the question is, do you want to go after... Try has decided he wants to go after this Claw Mighty instead.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I would
reasonable. You just walk in and blitz him with one of these Tomb Guardians. Somebody's got to worry about the Beastman ball carrier on the ground, but other than that, you can be
Beastman
pretty
Ball
safe.
Carrier is also a pretty good target for a foul in this situation.
Yeah. Imagine a foul casualty on that guy. That would be pretty sweet. Move this guy one square. Oh, no, you can't. It's GFI. But you could cage pretty far forward if you wanted to, especially if you can foul the ball carrier man.
Says fouling ball carrier man for sure.
Yeah, this last Tomb Guardian probably comes up to this square, cutting off the side and facing the guy on the ground.
Actually.
He might. I mean, he would definitely like to be farther forward. Oh, no, he's just going to be another assist on this foul.
Ooh.
The thing here is
you take the 2 assists foul on the carrier or the palmer? Almighty. Okay.
I might have just gone for this guy because he's a little more dangerous because he's farther forward. But removal's pretty nice. The thing I'm not happy about is that it's just a 3+ dodge. It 2 dice the ball carrier.
Considering his player advantage, it seems needlessly risky, especially considering the carrier could be 2 squares back and to the right, and it's perfectly safe. It's not even a 2 dice; it's just a 1 dice. Yeah, this feels...
Yeah, there goes the ball carrier. I was just getting maybe things went a little rush of blood to the head kind of thing. Everything's going so well, I can just coast. And all of a sudden, his ball carrier is stunned and the ball's on the ground. His second throw rod is conveniently nearby, but he may have trouble getting either of them towards the ball. I mean, he's still perfectly safe, but now it's going to cost him some time.
Yeah. And with khemri, there's always, khemri ball handling is underrated. People think it's more dangerous than what it is, but it is still in this situation very nerve-wracking.
And he only has 3 turns, so he's got to make things happen quickly.
With 4 turns, this is pretty nothing, but with 3, you fail to pick up now, and suddenly you're kind of panicked next turn.
Yeah, you're
the ball up and moving forward.
You're starting to look for khemri passing plays.
Which are not a real thing.
No. At least there were only 6 Chaos players on the field, so...
Yeah, it's going to be... KFoged does not have a real chance to strike back here, but...
No. You're certainly not giving up a touchdown.
Kind of wants to try to score so that he at least gets 2 KO recovery chances, because God forbid that...
Yeah. He goes 0 for 3, and he suddenly has to play offense with 6 players. It doesn't matter if the score is still 0-0, because he's just going to get turned over. If you knock over the ball carrier here, you just walk back and pick it up. It's not that tricky, but he is unable to do so. So you're probably just hitting the Beastman again and hoping something good happens. But one ball carrier is on the ground, the other one's going to be exposed.
Yeah, the Blitz draw is probably going to come over for the pickup at this point.
He might have to. It's a GFI. He still has 2 rerolls for his 3 turns, so he can afford to try stuff like that. But it's not really what he wants to be doing. Oh, there goes his reroll. Never mind.
Does fail the GFI, and that scatter is really bad because the goat ball carrier is going to pick up that ball this turn.
And even if he doesn't, assume KFoged does nothing and just passes the turn here. you don't really have time to take one of your throw rods, move all the way back, pick the ball up, and move forward again anymore. But that's academic because he is going to pick the ball up. And theoretically could score here. Right, you come all the way down
He does have
here.
potential movement with some GFIs to get there, and the reroll, he's got a shot. Yeah, Try really, I don't understand why that carrier guy got exposed. It was really, really far.
Yeah. It was uncharacteristically careless for Try. He's usually super careful about things like that. And do you punt? I don't. Well, you
No,
probably.
I think you want the ball in your hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
he
he
does
is.
punt.
He's gone for the punt.
More than good enough. So this
That's
advantage of the
fine.
punt is that khemri are never scoring this turn. So you're going into, at worst, a drawn half now.
Mm-hmm. Which, as we said, isn't really the worst thing. If KFoged has some bad luck with his KO rolls, he could be 5 players down on offense and then be just fucked.
Mm-hmm. But considering this could be, a 1-0 game going into the half, I think this is overall.
Yeah, this is a great
really
result,
good result,
considering what it could have been for KFoged.
Potential for KFoged to be up 1-0 going to the next half, and if his KOs come back with that in addition, it's kind of GG. Like, it's going to be really hard for khemri to turn him over and score because it's just khemri. They can't do that very well.
Oh my gosh, he's even bringing his free ball carrier, not ball carrier, his free skeleton away from the man who might be a scoring threat. I think at this point, if you're Try, you just have to accept that you're not scoring. And
I think this is just to make it easier to get the Tomb Guardian out. So
I see. He's chaining the Tomb Guardian backwards, and now it's this guy's free.
He's making sure he can get the 2 dice on this carrier. He didn't care for just rolling for a basing of the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, if you knock this guy down, that's good. That's the end of the half.
There is no score coming this half. And with POWs, which he might even reroll, he can't reroll for POWs because he can't risk a 1 and 9 with this player. But with POWs, there's no score coming for either team. So.
And he got it.
For either team.
Oh
boy.
Oh, that's an excellent result.
Oh boy.
So Try will be a little disappointed that he didn't score in the first half, but he'll be looking forward to probably having a great chance to score on defense.
This is barring Try scoring. I don't know if this half could have gone any worse for KFoged.
Right.
I don't. I mean, look, I guess that guy. I guess the other claw might could have been cast, but looking at about a 1 in 4 chance of having no way to remove the Tomb Guardians from the field in any way whatsoever. Can this guy score? Yes. I guess this guy can theoretically score.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he could score. He's just gonna get hit.
Maybe not.
Just make all the GFIs.
Well done by KFoged to keep giving himself a chance and try being a bit sloppy with not moving these 2 Tomb Guardians when they could have moved down to, like, get on the other side of that wrestle guy to not keep him in the play.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Blitz draw, who is 1 GFI away from at least marking the scory threat.
Yes, Try's been a little sloppy, and KFoged put himself in position to really give himself a shot here. So,
even if KFoged does manage to score, he's still looking at an uphill battle. But
KO recovery is going to be pretty big.
Yes.
Yeah. Try is down a lot of speed. Ultimately.
And KFoged still is a reroll for all this. So, I mean, basing the ball just means is a 3+3+. With a reroll, that's like 90%-ish. But it's not that good. But it's still excellent. Oh.
Which doesn't really do anything.
No, this does help, right? Because now you got to blitz this guy off because you can't just get to the ball anymore.
He's gonna want to take this block and probably take and get it. Yeah, he wants to take a block, and he wants a POW to make this other or even a push to get the beastman out of the way.
Maybe you don't
Yeah,
take the
it's not.
block. Just force him to dodge because there's nobody else who can come help. Well, actually, never mind because you can blitz yourself free, and all it does is add a GFI.
Yeah.
Right. 2, 4, 6, 7. So the scoring threat man can blitz himself free for a push, and then has 2 GFIs and a ball pickup to score.
Maybe you do a Tomb Guardian dodge to try and get a Tomb Guardian on the ball to make it
Ooh,
actually difficult.
I thought about it, but I'm not sure that's a good idea.
That's succeeding.
It might help actually, right? If you can put the Tomb Guardian here, it's a 5+ and then a 2+. Or you could just
POW,
hit another
so
guy.
that
Maybe you'll
guy's.
remove him too. Not this time.
I like pushing him in that square, not up one more square.
I don't think it's
Because
really going to
here
matter because you don't want to be using this guy anyway. He's just going to blitz himself free.
it's not a great result.
Well,
That's
cost him a
better.
reroll, but he did get himself free, and now he just has to make a 3-2-2 without a reroll. That's below 50%.
It's better than 50-50, but it is not good enough.
No.
And KFoged's going to feel pretty hard done that he should not have had this good of a chance and he wasn't able to capitalize. But his KOs are great.
What is the
Everyone's
math
KOs are
on
great, in
that?
fact.
It is below. It's 46%.
Yeah. With a reroll?
No, without.
With the reroll.
Well, with a reroll, it's 77, but he had to use a reroll on the blitz.
Yeah, I meant with the blitz included.
Oh, with the
And
blitzing, the whole thing, it's same as 3-2-2 and a 2 dice with 4 successes. That's even it's 41% and it's 73% to all work with the reroll.
yeah. That's a really good shot to score considering the situation.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
there's
better
no
than a 3+. If it's
yeah.
better than a 3+,
There's
that's
there's
way
no
too
reason
good.
you should have almost a 3 in 4 chance to score there, but he did, and KOs were not too bad. And he got all 3 of them back, so he's got 8 players for his offense. The khemri still have 11, of course. But it's a game. An extra reroll for try is pretty nice as well. In the case that this does go to overtime, and that's a really deep kick again, it's probably favorable to the khemri. I mean,
Yeah,
sure.
I think it prevents. I don't know if it really is exceptionally helpful, but it does maybe because KFoged isn't going to feel pressured to defend the ball, right?
Right.
His team and Khemri don't really want to get stretched out anyway, so they're probably not going to be too aggressive about getting stretched out here.
Well, you just
Moving the
come
ball
forward
really
and base
quick.
everybody you can. He's lost his line of scrimmage, but only for a stun.
Maybe set himself up pretty well there.
Hmm.
Hey, the
Ooh,
claw
yeah.
body did its job.
And all of a sudden, yeah, this is a game again. I think Try will be really upset that he's he's looking at an uphill battle all of a sudden, and you might even foul a man here on the line of scrimmage. KFoged still has a bribe. Doesn't have much else, but he does have a bribe.
Like he's choosing not to use it this turn because you're not going to foul generic linemen.
Well, I don't know. A removal or two would do well for you if you could get it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still 2
But
players down, but some of those extra players are just shitty skeletons.
that's why I don't think you go for it yet. Maybe if it's like a Tomb Guardian or even like one of the Throws, you go for it simply because also the lack of fixed skull makes the foul targets.
Yeah, I
Can't just
definitely would
replace them.
be tempted to go after his other Blitz Raw.
Try does go ahead and get into contact here. I think this is also going to be a situation where Khemri are going to be, or Chaos are going to be very happy to have Agility 3 Chaos Warriors, not Agility 2 Nurgle Warriors, because they can
Yeah, if you have to get one of them, if you have to get the
They're gonna
ball
do
to one of
3+.
them, you might.
3+ dodges to get some blitzes or to form cages or to separate, stuff like that. They're probably going to have to do it in this game.
Yeah, you still hate to do it when you only have 2 rerolls for the rest of the game plus overtime.
Potential
Potentially.
overtime, though.
Potential
Yeah.
overtime.
Right now, I definitely call it more a potential overtime than a likely one.
Yeah, oh, there's still a long way to go.
Hmm.
You should be able to just engineer some blocks here, too, if you need to. The ball carrier is still completely out of reach. Right, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, now you can reach him. So there are players that you have to deal with.
Hey, these
Oh,
are... Yeah.
there goes that first Tomb Guardian. And suddenly it's only a one-man advantage.
This is also a situation where Regen is really annoying compared to Apo, because obviously you get it on all your players, but you can't use it to immediately bring back
Yeah, there's no
opponent's
power
emblems for
regen.
KO.
Oh,
So,
all right. Teams are even. 8 against 8. Try's got to be wondering how things have come to this.
it's been a brutal game, and KFoged should be well in place now to get a score.
Yeah, definitely at this point, the advantage has swung back in KFoged's favor. As has his advantage in number of players on the field. 8 against 7 now. That was a hell of a turn.
He is vulnerable to a 4+1 DB, but that's not a real play. And now it's still
Yeah.
on, and maybe you need to go down. Way to
5
stop
hit.
that from
Yeah.
being on it, considering.
Maybe just base this guy again. No, that doesn't really... Well, this doesn't stop it.
Yeah.
Because there's a guy free over here.
Yeah. There you go. Some agility 3 plays. You gotta do
Yeah.
them sometimes.
Yeah, that's why you roll a 3.
Suddenly, Try has no one that can really do anything on this field to stop this score.
Well, he's lost both Blitz Raws. He's lost one of his Tomb Guardians.
Lost the skeletons necessary to tie up players for a couple turns. His throw raws are... I mean, they're shit, so they're not gonna do anything.
Yeah, it's gone super downhill for him. The loss of the ball turn was around turn 5 or 6. Try had like a 5-player advantage and just ran his ball carrier too far forward, left him exposed to a very simple 3+ dodge into a 2-dice blitz. And his ball
Chaos
carriers...
have dodged very well this game.
Yeah.
But that hasn't been the only thing that's led them to that's leading to what I would call right now is a favorable position.
And his 2 throw raws neither have any sort of defensive skills. One's a rookie, one just has leader. So you can't let them get blitzed. And they're just too easy to knock down.
At this point, it's pretty easy for the Chaos just to form a nice little cage. And gonna lead to some trouble in turn 13, but...
Yeah, it's hard to stall this. But yeah, take a touchdown when you can, I think. On the other hand, if you just pitch clear the khemri, then you can stall as long as you want.
Mm-hmm. Guard on Chaos Warrior is pretty good.
Yeah,
as is basically breaking armor like every block right now. It's pretty nuts. This game has been brutal for both teams.
All right, you still got a blitz. You could even bring this Chaos Warrior back one, do a chain blitz like that, and then run up here. Or you're just going to knock him into another block if you push him. And then this guy runs forward to help protect the ball. I think he should be a little more to the right, just because when you do this block next, if you get pushes, then suddenly he's based. And it's probably not a real problem, but you never really like to see anyone in your ball protection screen based.
I like taking them both down there, obviously, because Try hasn't used his leader reroll yet, so getting a potential removal to get that leader off would be very good.
Yeah, it would help.
At this point, I don't really know how Try. I really have no idea how Try gets good pressure. Like, he does a 1-die blitz, but he doesn't have any break tackle. What you do here, I think this is just. You gotta, like, somehow force the Chaos to play around in this area for, like, 1 or 2 more turns, but you just don't have the players to really.
Yeah, there's very little he can do. It's got to be frustrating. Maybe the guy who just stood up could have blitzed himself up. At least, if you blitz this guy, even if you just push him, you move forward a square, and you're in kind of a better spot here than you are right now. This skeleton may dodge back at the end of the turn, 50-50. Get him from where he is to a more relevant sweeping kind of spot. Oh, he's still got a blitz. My bad. He still gets to the square. And past it. So that wasn't great, but it was probably about the best he could have done there.
It still looks like KFoged's just gonna score.
Well, yeah.
Move the screen, scores on turn 14.
You break armor here, you have plenty of stall time. And you just take him off the pitch. All right, so now you can... Whoops, that's 0 for 3 on regen, by the way.
Our region has been a skeleton, so they're not,
Yeah, but
not
you'd
big
still like to...
losses here to
You'd
spare.
like to have them.
You've made some of your 50-50 rolls at this point.
Chain, getting rid of
Oh
another
my
guy.
goodness.
This Chaos Warrior is free. And what does Try have in the field? Like 3 men now all of a sudden? He's got
Yeah, this
8,
game's
9,
over.
10. He's got 4 players left. It's really gone to hell for him. Not what you would expect when the Minotaur was cast on like turn 2 or 3.
No, but I mean, khemri RAV7, this can happen, where they just
Yeah,
lose
it does.
all of their secondary players, right?
It can and it has. And suddenly
The
there's...
issue Try's really looking at is that would be fine if he had, he'd have some spares coming on, and he'd still have his Tomb Guardians, and he wouldn't feel so obliged to pressure the score and stop it, and he wouldn't have felt so needed to commit if he hadn't
Right.
completely given up his carrier. So,
Right, but now he's got to hope he can stop him from scoring before turn 16 just to have a chance.
it's for Pow, try and get onto the ball with Tomb
Yeah,
Guardian,
blitz this guy out of here.
run the throw raw up to be around it doing things.
But what are you gonna do? Run the thrower up? Well,
The
you
throw
can
to base the wrestle
kinda
tackle guy, maybe.
get in here. You can GFI to him, but wherever you bring him, he's just gonna get knocked down and removed. And he can't get himself
I did want the
free.
POWs there, to be honest, because the POW makes it kind of annoying to get more than get stuff up there to help. But
Now they can base the ball. Look at that. And it's a little desperate, but these are desperate times.
I think I would have gone up and tried to do the GFIs to base the guy ahead of him and not put myself in that sandwich position because. But I guess this makes it harder to get the assists up and make it 2. I don't. It's all bad.
Yeah, well, there's still
Yeah.
some GFIs to do, right? Because that player was free. And you can wrestle him down. That takes Tomb Guardian out of the play for a few turns, and then just run the ball carrier way up deep in the middle, and nobody can reach him.
I think you can just run up on the right side and be even fine. Middle might be okay, but their Tomb Guardian.
Yeah, there's
One of the Tomb Guardians can kind of base him with POWs. Be a 1
2,
dice POW.
4. No, he doesn't have the movement to do it.
The one on the right, if he rolls a POW... Oh, no, he doesn't. For some reason, I thought he did, because
No.
he's actually... I thought he was above the one with the other one, but he's not. He's
No.
parallel.
Might not even take this block.
POW doesn't break armor, which is a shocking result.
No. Anytime something doesn't break armor, it's a shocking result at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, this is GG. This is well over now.
And Try's got no one to blame really but himself for his overly casual approach to the first half when he was well on top and was just threw it away. And the advantage has swung back as it often does, and now he's just going to lose.
This should have been going to overtime, and I think Try would be in a better... I said it before, but I do think Try would be playing this half very differently if he had the 1-0 lead, just because he wouldn't have had to commit.
Right, and even going into the halftime scoreless, it looked promising, right? Khemri started this half with 11 players on the field, and the Chaos did get all 3 of their KOs back, which helped quite a bit. So they had 8 or 9 instead of 5 or 6.
I guess you do this GFI, so it's harder for him to go to the other side of the field. But I don't know if this GFI is really.
No, you can still get your Tomb Guardian based out of the game, and you can always just run away from him. The GFI means he can't get hit. This guy's still a little scary. You can 2 dice him, and if you stand up, you blitz
him with your wrestle. And,
right. You might actually, well, yeah. I mean, you'd like to blitz with the wrestle guy, and then move back up to get in the way of the other Tomb Guardian. You know, this Beastman could come here. Yeah, there's nobody too foul, really.
I'm saying if you got a POW, the Tomb Guardian might go for a foul.
Okay, yeah. Well, Try can base the ball, and that's all he's got. And there are lots of free players. I think you're going to have to do Tomb
Guardian dodges at this point to have a chance, and I don't think those even do enough anymore.
No, they don't. Neither of these Tomb Guardians can get anywhere near the ball. I might just blitz this guy who's on the ground free, just come over here and tie up a few players, maybe. Or, yeah, I mean, you can still get to him.
The unfun moment of standing up your Tomb Guardian gets surfed or something. Just that he hopefully takes up actions or threatens something because it's all you've got.
Yeah. It's been a sad game, and thanks to all you fine people in the stream who have stuck with it. I know this is one of those games where you tune in and you're like, oh my god, look at that Kaz box. Look at all those KOs. I'll just go watch something else. We do appreciate you all hanging out with us. We do have a 3rd game coming up after this one. We don't know who it is yet, but we'll find out. It'll be one of the losers bracket elimination games.
There is some potential here for Try to score on turn 15. No, not really.
Not really. Well, you've knocked this Tomb Guardian down. The one in the middle of the field can't get far enough down. If you can take this one last guy who's basing the ball out of the game, you just run to the left and you're perfectly safe. And then, it's a nice 2 dice block. All you just push him to the corner and oops.
GFI. Oh boy.
You fail this again, you're in trouble. Oh, but he's gotten away with it. All right. Follow up, and you just run over here, and Try can't reach you. One minute turn, plenty of time to find that play.
He can go and base the ball again, but that doesn't do anything. But
he's
gonna go and blitz and base the ball.
Yeah, you blitz yourself free and then double GFI to base the ball. Just force him to hit you again, because what else is
That-
there? You're certainly not going to make a 6+, 6+, 5+ to hit the ball.
No. It's probably less likely than him failing.
Yeah.
Making a 1 in 12.96. I don't know if that's less likely than making a
Oh
1 in
no,
12.96.
maybe he's going for it. He's going for the 6.65, and he didn't make the first 6, and that's the game.
I guess a 6.65 4+ with beating the POW.
Right, and there's a GFI or 2 in there as well. 2,
Yeah,
3, 4,
I
2
don't know if
GFIs.
that's more likely than a 1 in 12.96. It's pretty close.
It's starting to get there. 6.66 is 1 in 2.16,
And that is,
and that's a little worse than what he's doing. So
yeah, because Try is betting on it. He has to basically have him roll a 1 in 2 double. He has to roll, has to hope
four
he gets
skulls in a
that
row,
failed
right?
dub skull, right? And so that didn't happen. So this is over because there's no way khemri are 1 turning, so he's set for a riot.
Mm-hmm. He's got 8 players if he gets a riot. Yeah, 8 against 8. Yeah, riot is all he's got left to hope for, really. A riot and a lot of good luck. After that,
I guess you just maybe set up deep middle if you're a KFoged. Just to, and you leave your Chaos Warriors back at this point and hope they can use them to react.
In other news, in the EAB log, somebody just did an Artemis command and it came back with another 22 and 11. Really, game? I'm so easy to amuse sometimes. Yeah, just set up guys deep enough to handle any kind of riot. You've got your Wrestle Tackle Man still alive, and you said at the beginning of the game, he looks a little out of place, but he's been useful, and he's going to continue to be useful.
Yeah, he could have been basically a block tackle beastman and done the same job, but, I guess I don't think he hit a block Tomb Guardian yet. Did he hit one? Block Tomb Guardian?
I don't remember which ones are which anymore. But there were a couple of times where, even if you were hitting a guy without, and sure, block would be just as good, but wrestle was perfectly fine. If you wrestle down a Tomb Guardian, it can only move 1 square the next turn, even if it's free to move that square.
The end result is having a beastman who was mobile and was a safe block ended up being valuable enough for the game.
Tackle, of course, not doing anything in this match. Oh, look, more get the ref. So that's going to be the game. Commiserations, Try, but I think you'll look back on this one and feel like you certainly could have done some things better and not been in this position. And congratulations to KFoged making the most of his chances and moving on in the winner's bracket. Can we get a pass to a Beastman? Inaccurate. Inaccurate pass, but good effort.
So 19 armor breaks for the Chaos on 37 blocks, and
that's rough.
Fouls. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's excellent. A lot of that came in the second half, though. I mean, when the Chaos started the second half, down a couple of men. I always click on SPP.
Khemri had 50/50s on their armor, which, again, counting some fouls is still ridiculous.